The world watches with bated breath as the clock ticks closer to midnight. Every second counts in this high-stakes game. The nuclear chessboard is set, with each move carrying the weight of potential catastrophe. Leaders strategize, knowing the stakes. Powerful nations hold pieces of unimaginable destruction, parading their might in a show of strength. The world watches, hoping for restraint. Understanding which countries might acquire these weapons is crucial. Diplomats and analysts work tirelessly to predict and prevent proliferation. The balance of power is delicate, a fragile equilibrium maintained through diplomacy and mutual understanding. One misstep could tip the scales. The consequences of miscalculation are dire. A single error could lead to unimaginable devastation, affecting millions of lives. Imagine a world consumed by nuclear fire, cities reduced to ashes, and the environment irreparably damaged. It's a nightmare scenario. It's a chilling thought, but one we cannot ignore. The threat is real, and the need for vigilance is paramount. The future hinges on our ability to navigate these treacherous waters. Diplomacy is our tightrope, and every step must be measured. We must understand the motivations of nations, the historical contexts, and the geopolitical dynamics that drive their ambitions. We must strive for peace and diplomacy, creating a world where future generations can live without the shadow of nuclear threat. The stakes have never been higher. Every decision made in the halls of power reverberates across the globe. The future of our planet depends on informed choices. We must act with wisdom and foresight to protect our world. We must learn from the mistakes of the past, understanding the cost of conflict and the value of peace. We must work together to create a safer future, fostering collaboration and mutual respect among nations. This is the challenge of our time. Together we can rise to meet it, ensuring a brighter, safer future for all. 9 nations possess nuclear weapons: the United States, Russia, China, France, the United Kingdom, India, Pakistan, Israel, and North Korea. They are the established players in this high-stakes game. Each nation has its reasons for possessing these devastating weapons. Some seek deterrence, while others desire global influence. The United States and Russia remain the nuclear superpowers. They hold the largest stockpiles of nuclear weapons. China is rapidly expanding its nuclear capabilities. The United Kingdom and France maintain smaller but still significant arsenals. The possession of nuclear weapons by these nations creates a complex web of relationships. Alliances and rivalries influence the nuclear landscape. The potential for miscalculation is a constant threat. Beyond the established nuclear powers, other nations lurk in the shadows. They possess the technology and resources to develop nuclear weapons. Iran is a prime example. Its nuclear program has been a source of international concern for decades. While Iran maintains its nuclear ambitions are peaceful, the world watches with apprehension. Other countries like Saudi Arabia might be tempted to follow suit if Iran were to develop nuclear weapons. The potential for a regional nuclear arms race is a sobering thought. The international community must remain vigilant. Diplomacy and sanctions are essential tools to prevent the spread of nuclear weapons. The consequences of inaction are too grave to ignore. The march of technology continues relentlessly. Nuclear weapons are becoming more sophisticated and potentially more dangerous. Smaller, more precise nuclear weapons blur the lines between conventional and nuclear war. This increases the risk of their use. Hypersonic missiles capable of carrying nuclear warheads are another concerning development. They travel at incredible speeds, making them difficult to intercept. The development of such weapons threatens to destabilize the existing nuclear balance. The pursuit of technological superiority drives this dangerous arms race. Nations strive to maintain their nuclear advantage, often at the expense of global security. It's a vicious cycle that demands international cooperation and restraint. Section 5. A Global Balancing Act, the role of international treaties. In a world teetering on the brink of nuclear disaster, international treaties offer a glimmer of hope. These agreements are not just pieces of paper. They are lifelines that bind nations together in a shared commitment to peace and security. They serve as a framework for cooperation and dialogue, providing a platform for nations to address their differences and work towards common goals. The Treaty on the Non-Proliferation of Nuclear Weapons, or NPT, is the cornerstone of global non-proliferation efforts. Established in 1968, the NPT has been signed by 191 countries, making it one of the most widely adhered to arms control agreements in history. Its primary objectives are to prevent the spread of nuclear weapons, promote disarmament, and facilitate the peaceful use of nuclear energy. The NPT aims to prevent the spread of nuclear weapons and promotes cooperation in the peaceful use of nuclear energy. By encouraging the exchange of nuclear technology for peaceful purposes, the treaty fosters international collaboration in fields such as medicine, agriculture, and energy production. However, the treaty is not without its flaws. Critics argue that it creates a divide between nuclear-armed states and non-nuclear-armed states, leading to tensions and accusations of inequality. Some nations feel that the treaty's provisions are not enforced uniformly, and that nuclear-armed states are not doing enough to disarm. Some argue that it unfairly favors the nuclear-armed states. This perceived imbalance has led to calls for reforms and a more equitable approach to nuclear disarmament. The challenge lies in finding a balance that satisfies both nuclear and non-nuclear states, while maintaining the treaty's core objectives. Despite its imperfections, the NPT remains an essential tool for global security. It has played a crucial role in curbing the proliferation of nuclear weapons, and has provided a platform for dialogue and negotiation. The treaty's success depends on the continued commitment of all signatory nations to uphold its principles and work towards a world free of nuclear threats. Strengthening the treaty and ensuring compliance is paramount. This requires ongoing diplomatic efforts, transparency, and trust-building measures. Nations must be willing to engage in constructive dialogue and make compromises for the greater good. The international community must work together to uphold its principles. Only through collective action and unwavering commitment can we hope to achieve lasting peace and security in a world where the threat of nuclear proliferation remains ever present. Section 6. The power of the atom, nuclear energy and global sustainability. Nuclear energy, a force both terrifying and promising, presents a unique paradox. On one hand, it has the potential to provide a nearly limitless supply of energy, capable of powering entire cities and even countries. On the other hand, the specter of nuclear disasters and the potential for weaponization cast a long shadow over its use. It has the potential to power our world without emitting greenhouse gases. Unlike fossil fuels, nuclear power plants do not release carbon dioxide during operation, making them a cleaner alternative in the fight against climate change. However, it also carries the risk of catastrophic accidents and the proliferation of nuclear weapons. The disasters at Chernobyl and Fukushima serve as stark reminders of the potential dangers, while the threat of nuclear weapons remains a global concern. The world faces a climate crisis. Rising temperatures, melting ice caps, and extreme weather events are becoming more frequent and severe, underscoring the urgent need for sustainable energy solutions. Nuclear energy offers a carbon-free alternative to fossil fuels. By replacing coal and natural gas plants with nuclear reactors, we can significantly reduce our carbon footprint and mitigate the effects of climate change. Advanced reactor designs, with enhanced safety features, are emerging. These new technologies aim to address the safety concerns that have plagued the industry, making nuclear power a more viable option for the future. These technologies could play a crucial role in mitigating climate change. By providing a stable and reliable source of clean energy, nuclear power can complement renewable sources like wind and solar, ensuring a balanced and resilient energy grid. The potential benefits of nuclear energy are undeniable. It offers a powerful tool in our arsenal against climate change, capable of providing large-scale, reliable energy without the carbon emissions associated with fossil fuels. However, the challenges are equally significant. Public perception, safety concerns, and the issue of nuclear waste disposal all pose substantial hurdles that must be addressed. Addressing public concerns about safety and waste disposal is crucial for the future of nuclear power. Transparent communication, rigorous safety standards, and innovative waste management solutions will be key to gaining public trust and ensuring the sustainable development of nuclear energy. Section 7. Waste and Worry. Addressing concerns surrounding nuclear energy. The specter of nuclear waste haunts the debate over nuclear energy. The disposal of radioactive material remains a complex and controversial issue. Finding safe and permanent storage solutions is essential for the viability of nuclear power. Public perception of nuclear energy is another significant hurdle. Accidents like Chernobyl and Fukushima have instilled a deep-seated fear of nuclear power, Transparency and rigorous safety protocols are crucial to regaining public trust. The future of nuclear energy depends on addressing these concerns head-on. Open dialogue, scientific research, and responsible regulation are essential for harnessing the power of the atom safely and sustainably. Section 8. The future of nuclear proliferation, a call for global cooperation. The nuclear landscape is constantly evolving. Technological advancements, geopolitical shifts, and the potential for new nuclear-armed states pose significant challenges. Addressing the threat of nuclear proliferation demands a coordinated global response. International cooperation is paramount. Diplomacy, arms control agreements, and sanctions are essential tools for preventing the spread of nuclear weapons. Investing in dialogue and conflict resolution mechanisms can help reduce tensions and prevent miscalculations. The future of humanity depends on our ability to work together. We must transcend our differences and embrace our shared responsibility for preventing nuclear catastrophe. The time for action is now. Section 9. Conclusion: navigating the nuclear landscape. The nuclear age presents us with a profound challenge. The power of the atom can illuminate our world or destroy it. The choices we make today will determine the fate of generations to come. As we navigate this complex and dangerous landscape, we must proceed with caution and wisdom. The pursuit of peace, diplomacy, and international cooperation must guide our every step. The future of humanity depends on it. The nuclear threat is a stark reminder of our interconnectedness. It is a call for global solidarity and a shared commitment to creating a safer and more peaceful world. Let us rise to the challenge.